All right, Adam Mesh joining us, founder of Wealth Pop from T3 Trading. Adam, how are you doing this morning?
I'm great. Enjoying listening to this conversation. We're very like-minded, so I appreciate
Are
it.
you willing to chase? That's the first question.
I'm so late to chasing, but I embrace the chase, and once I did, I got to admit, it feels good. It's freeing. It's freeing to go with it.
If you can't beat him, join him, right?
Yeah, I mean, what you guys were saying earlier about buying those SPY calls. At the end of the day, why not? Like I started doing it like 10 years too late, but it still feels good.
All right. Well, before we get going, because I know this is our first time having you join, I was on your Twitter earlier. I think we just got to get it out of the way. Are you a Michigan fan? Are you a UMich guy?
Yeah, I am. I was at the national championship game. Big University of Michigan fan.
Oh man.
Well, okay. Well, now I don't know why we don't have you on like every single week, right?
I'm
going to get replaced here now.
Yeah. But just overall, talk to us about what you do over there at T3, how you like to, approach the market, your favorite trading instruments, things of that nature.
Sure. So I began as a day trader in the late 90s. So I used to trade all the internet stocks, trading. And then when they had pre-market and aftermarket hours, I would do that too. Just sit there all day, wouldn't grab lunch. That was 10 years. And then I switched into options around 2014. And I spent the last 10 years trading options. And so right now it's pretty much, unless it's like a cheap, like under $5 stock where I'm just going to buy the stock, I'm trading options. I love to collect premium unless I'm doing one of those day of options expiration where you could own NVIDIA for 10 cents and take it for a ride.
Lottery tickets.
But like what I recommend to, when I'm speaking to anyone, I think of it as friends and family. What would I tell my friends and family? I always like a premium collection component. Simply because mathematically it's going to give you that advantage to win. But this hasn't really been a great market for selling premium. It's a straight up market. And so, volatility is very low. But yeah, that's what I do.
And then Adam, I mean, as far as right now, we've got the market hitting new all-time highs. I mean, like, are you looking specifically at what stocks are leading the market? Are you looking at maybe some that have been lagging for a catch-up trade? What's been catching your eye recently?
And I'll be honest, I like evaluate myself in this respect. And I think more than anything, it's almost like surfing. I'm going out there, and this isn't investment advice. Like, I have my money managed somewhere else. I looked, thank God, someone put me in NVIDIA years ago and held it for me. That wasn't me. For me, I'm looking to take advantage of daily, weekly moves in the market. So it's like surfing. I'm looking for waves. So what's in play, what's moving. I look for what's trending. So I've even been trading GameStop lately because it moves so much that you get that instant gratification if you're right. NVIDIA, yes, I've been trading. Palantir yesterday. Uber is a stock I like to trade. So anything with liquid weekly options that moves. The only thing I don't want is to buy something and have it just sit there. That makes me go nuts.
Yeah. Well, unless you're selling options, then maybe it's okay. But
correct.
So your strategy revolves around like day trading options, short term or weeklies. Like what? Talk about your option trading a little bit more.
So my ideal trade would be I call it a mesh trade. There's all these bull put spreads, diagonal credit spreads. I have my own mesh trade. Nice. So I'll put on a long-term bull put spread, okay, in a stock that I'm bullish on, and then I'll sell weekly bear call spreads against it to collect rent. So it's the same thing as, if I was selling puts and selling calls, but I don't like to have that naked exposure. And the people who follow me never really want to own stock. So everything I do is in a credit spread. But that's my favorite trade. So like Palantir right now is trading at 25. I might go and sell the August 23-20 bull put credit spread. Mm-hmm. But then each week I'll sell above it the 26, 28, the 27, 29, and just look to keep collecting rent as that long-term option expires. That's my
Got it.
that's
like
pace of trading. So I know I have income coming in. There's the winning component. I'll also, last week, end of the week, the Russell, you guys were talking about the Russell. It came down from let me just look. Yeah, it came down from 203 down to the 198, 199 area. So I put on a bear call spread. I sold the 203, 206 calls. Okay, bearish trade. I just wanted to stay below 203. The next day it continued on downward. I covered it because I made half my max profit. Like I sold them for 74 cents. I bought them back for 30. That was a fun trade. And then in between that, I'll look for those what's hot for the day, and I might buy just calls for an hour. That's the stuff that you have to be sitting there to do. So if I'm sitting watching the market and something looks like it's going to go either way, it's going to be exciting.
So you go grab like at 3 o'clock, you're grabbing like the daily expiration there, and you got like 1 hour expiration, but you're thinking could be a move here. So taking a shot on a really cheap call.
Like, yeah, a great example would be a couple weeks ago, there was news on Tesla that they might not make that cheaper version of the car.
Yeah.
And the stock dropped like 8 points in 10 minutes. Yeah. And I was in it. So I started buying puts. I didn't even have time to see what was going on. I was just buying the puts because you could tell something was happening. The volume was picking up, the speed. And then it started to settle down. You're watching it. And then Musk comes out and says, no, we are. And then so you're buying the calls. And like you can make a lot of money in a short period of time if you're sitting there paying attention to the right stocks. That's when it gets exciting. Yesterday, GameStop had a 10-minute period where it went from 28 to 24. And I'm not coming on your show advocating for people to trade GameStop. I know it's a dangerous stock. Just for me lately, it's been what's moving, and it's very easy to just kind of surf those moves.
Do you pay attention to technical analysis, or is it just more order flow, news, and feel for the market?
So my technical analysis is momentum. I'm paying attention to. I love stocks that are up on a high amount of volume on no news. But I do have a CMT I work with, Christian Thorpe. So any call I come on, he does a technical breakdown of the market to start. And so we're talking about where can we go on the upside? Where can we go on the downside? And once we have that outlook, that's how I approach it. So if he's bullish, I'm looking for long positions. If he's bearish, I'm probably looking for a bearish position. So it is a top-down approach with the technicals. And he's saying exactly what you guys are saying. He comes on, he goes, well, no surprise here. Looks like we're going to continue higher. It's very rare that anything has diverged from that lately. Maybe it will someday, but right now it is. The formula is just close your eyes and buy.
It's a Momo market right now on both sides, where you got loved stocks and hated stocks, and it's hard to like turn them around. Like we were talking obviously before he came on, on the IWM, just seems like all those 2,000 stocks there. It's like they rally a little bit, and then sellers are just coming back in because they just have no momentum whatsoever. And then you have the chip stocks like Micron. It goes up every day. AVGO goes up every day. I mean, how do you stay on the right side of momentum? Is it just just going with what's trending higher? And then 2, do you ever play any contrarian calls?
I try to avoid the contrarian play. Like I'm not diving into something that's going in against me. I'd rather jump on as it's already going down than trying to pick tops and bottoms. I think trying to pick tops and bottoms is a tough game. Really the guy I'm speaking with later today, Tom Sosnoff, he is the ultimate contrarian. He loves jumping in against the moving trains. But you're so right about what you were saying earlier. Like if you had a long-term portfolio, that's what's crazy about this market. It keeps hitting all-time highs. But if you were invested in SoFi and Penn Gaming and DraftKings, you're doing terrible.
Yeah.
So it's not everything goes up. It's certain things go up. And the shorter your outlook, the more you have to be willing to pivot to what's hot and what's in play. And that's kind of what's gotten me to be more successful this year is to stop trying to trade all stocks as if they're going to follow the market and really focus on what's in play now with the expectation, like you guys are saying, that it's not going to be in play tomorrow. Like that momentum could be very short-lived unless it's in NVIDIA, unless it's one of those bigger players, here today, gone tomorrow. Don't expect any kind of continuation, get in, get out, that's it. But trading longer term levels is still something that works. Like Penn Gaming was like it got stuck around 15, it stopped going down, and then they came out and said, oh, we're gonna bring in new board members and look for new strategic plays, blah blah blah, and the stock goes up 3 or 4 points. But it settled on that 15 level before that happened.
Do you buy in anticipation of the headlines, or do you wait till you see a headline and say that's a headline that could turn this story around, I'm going to go in now?
So if you see the unusual volume picking up, if you see a stock trending in play with no news, usually you're going to get the headline a little bit after that. You know, so that is my ideal scenario, is to be ahead of that.
Anticipation.
But if you look at post headlines, that's a loser's game. Like Paramount. Imagine trying to trade these Paramount headlines every day. All it does is go down on them. Every time they say something good, it goes up and then right down. But if you trade like that Tesla, that was trending down before they came out and said they're not going to make the cheap car. Uber was trending up before they came out with a favorable court ruling or something that came out. I don't even remember what the news was, but it shot up after it was already trending.
Yeah.
But usually the upgrades come a little bit after the stock starts trending up too.
Well, Adam, you talked about your mesh trades. Joel calls my trades mensch trades. But speaking of your trades, what can users expect if they join this room with you and Tom Sosnoff? We've got the QR code in the bottom of the screen, as well as a link in the description.
So that's the call today. I do that once a month with Tom.
Okay.
He invented. He started Thinkorswim, sold it, and then he started Tasty Trade. He's the ultimate options trader. So I just interview him once a month, and we talk about everything there is related to options and the best option strategies for this market. And it's just a free call at 4:15 where we just talk about the market, and people learn a lot. So, it's kind of just like a best foot forward where people could come on and literally learn everything there is about options from a guy who's like a billionaire, which is cool.
Well, there you go. So if you want more from Adam, go check out his room again. QR code in the bottom of the screen. We'll be doing a call with Tom Sosnoff later. Link in the description as well. Adam, this has been an awesome conversation. We've loved having you on. We got to get you on again sometime soon.
No, we're very like-minded. I was loving listening to you guys before I came on, and I could talk to you all day. So have a great trading day. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Adam.
Have a great Tuesday.